Oh, my friends, how's it going? Oh, hi. Things are just going sideways tonight. It started when I woke up this morning. It's just going sideways. Whew. Wow. How's everybody doing? Oh my goodness. Let me try and fix this disaster. So for some reason, Streamlabs logged me out, which is unfortunate. And I had everything set up for this stream in there with a thumbnail and titles and the whole bit. And then Streamlabs logged me out, and when I had to log back in, it didn't save the key, so that I was able to just go right back to the thing. It was, anyways. You don't want to hear all that. How's it going? We're here, and it's crazy. Oh my goodness. Yo, Al, there's your name. Missed a lot of streams. Your new one is looking good. Thank you very much. Hey, yeah, saw you have missed a lot of streams. Oh, am I in HD again? Good. Singapore, Jan. Oh, that's awesome, man. You like the YouTube sensor? Nice. Nice. Oh, William, how you doing, man? Woohoo. Might not be able to stay watching Amazing Race with my wife. I can understand that. Well, thanks for being here for a minute. Nicholas is sad we're not talking about Hasp again. We can talk about Hasp again. We do need to talk about the Banggood stuff, because this is one of those Banggoodies. Maybe we should call it Banggoodies. Banggood goodies. Dev1 from Thailand, that's awesome. Hey James, how you doing? That's pretty cool, those letters you're making. That's awesome. Thanks for thinking of me. So yeah, this is a kind of crazy week. I would love to sit and just whine about how rough my day has been. But if I know something about whining, it is that it doesn't make you feel any better. I don't think. What is going to make me feel better is to distract myself from this no good, horrible, awful day, and hang out with you guys. So let's have some fun. Let's say hi to everybody. Father Time, how's it going, man? You bought the stuff, $30 DIY Stream Deck. Oh, nice. So Nicholas, what is that you're doing? Are you doing the you're not doing that with the whatchamacall this thing, with the hasp, right? Sorry, my brain is fried too. So if I am totally squirreled out tonight, you got to forgive me, because it is crazy. Oh, I meant new land is in Hobbit hole, but autocorrect made it better for me. We could talk Hobbit hole too, because that's one of the things that has been on my mind that made my, I wouldn't say that made my day bad, but it certainly has added to the stress of the day. Anyways, whining. Oh, that kind of whining. Oh, I got a new Dr. Pepper bottle. This one's for Mrs. Z's for Valentine's Day. All right. Well, how's everybody doing? I might as well make the announcement now. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Hey, Peter. I might as well make the, Quindor. How are there two streams? Are there two streams, really? That sucks. Is the other one, I think it's because, my dream machine disconnected. Oh dear. Posted new stream link for people with the other stream. Oh, thank you very much, Paul. Lots of people waiting on the other stream. Oh no, really? Okay. Shoot. Yeah. Oh, the wallpaper's down the road from you in Middle Zealand? Oh, that's awesome. Well, then we're going to build this in Middle Idaho. We're going to build this in Idaho, Sitting Duck. But have you been there? Have you been to this thing? It's expensive, right? It's like $200 for a tour or something like that. It's crazy. Ours is going to be like $500 for the night. You can spend the night, hang out. Is that Coca-Cola? It is Dr. Pepper. I need a Dr. Pepper sticker on Thank you, Paul. Thanks for doing that. And thank you, Quindor. So this was part of the, part of the mistake. And what happened was I got everything set up on Restream, and I told Restream I was going to stream at 6:30. So when I went to start the stream, it wasn't there anymore in Restream. It had already said like, oh, you already did that stream. And so I couldn't attach to that. I couldn't attach to that URL and stream using that stupid thing. I don't know why they make things so dumb, but we'll wait for everybody to get here for another minute. Whew. Quindor, how you doing, buddy? How's things going? Man, oh man. You've done the tour. Recommend doing it in November, December before it gets too hot and all the flowers wilt. Oh, so yeah, it's probably not looking like this year round, is it? Ours won't look like this year round. It'll look like this in like April, May. Oh man. Well, I was going to make an announcement. Before we figured out that there was more than one stream. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Are we getting any changes in the numbers? Doing well. Late nighting again, trying to get stuff finished for the new release. Awesome. I'm excited. So that's my announcement. Speaking of new releases, oh gosh, what is that thing? Why is it in my shirt? Oh. Okay. So accidentally today, it was accidental, but maybe just fine. We fired up Permatrack.us. Sometimes I feel like I'm a salesman more than anything else, and I don't mean to be. I guess it's all for a good thing. So anyways, Permatrack is in stock, and you can choose which kind you want, and it will tell you how much of it's in stock. Okay. And it's going. If you put your name in on the website, on my website, to get a notice when this is up, I haven't been able to make that announcement through those. This all happened today. This was part of my frustration today too, was this wasn't supposed to go live today, but it did. So here we are. Are there any DigQuads in stock? Not here, Adam. I don't know. Quindor, do you have any? Or do they have some at the factory? And I'll bring up old Tollbringer. You know, Tollbringer is a guy who's been with me, on the channel for a couple years at least, and been very helpful. And he's in Canada, and he was doing the Canadian sales for DigUnos and DigQuads, and he had a real bad health problem, real bad. I haven't heard from him. I heard from his brother. So if you've ordered through Canada, there's a very, very good reason why you haven't gotten it, or why you haven't been getting any correspondence. If you want to talk to Quindor and me, if I can help, and we haven't really made much more of a connection unless Quindor has. I haven't, but we're going to try and assist Will Tollbringer and making sure that those orders get taken care of. I know everybody wants their stuff. It had to take back seat to his health at this exact moment. So we'll do what we can. And then we'll be out for a bit because of production issues and halt. Oh yeah, because they're back to work now, right? I think China's back to work, but yeah, they haven't been working for the last couple of weeks. Best wishes to Tollbringer, always a big help with things. He has been a really good help. He's a good dude. I've known him for a long time, which is weird, but I have. I've known several of you for a long time. But if you put in an order with his store with xgeeks.ca and you haven't heard or haven't gotten it, talk to me, talk to Quindor, and we're trying to help. I don't know what we can do just yet, but because we don't have like his system and anything like that. Anyways, enough of that. We wish him well. He'll be back with us, I'm sure, at some point. Now, Permatrack is there for you guys. For those of you after some of it, go for that. Knock yourselves out. Let's talk about some stuff, because today I'm a Banggoody I'm a Banggood, me and my Banggood buddy, who's not Woody anymore. But anyways, so I got 4 things to talk about today. 4 little things here. We'll get through these products. I'll maybe spend $5 minutes each on them or something like that. Unless you guys have more questions about them you want to see, stuff like that. And then we'll stream for another half hour or so after that. So we'll stream an hour-ish, hour and a half maybe. And then whatever's left, we'll have a good time. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about once we go through some of these products. So here we go. In the video description now, because I updated it, you should have, there should be some links to these 4 objects of wonder. The first one, what I'm gonna do, I was thinking about this. I will talk about them in order of my, I don't know what you want to call it, in order of my my like for them, I guess, in order of priority for like how much do I like them. So this was one that that they sent me because I couldn't get a different one, but it's not bad. It's actually a cool thing, but it wasn't what I was looking for, but it's okay. So what it is, it's a desktop speaker, and it's got these cool LEDs underneath it. And it's actually, the LEDs are actually not bad. It's made to plug into your, be for a computer. So it's got a USB cable for power, and then it's got a microphone and an audio jack, and that's how it gets audio. So it doesn't have USB audio, it doesn't have Bluetooth. It's only, sort of desktop computer. The sound is okay. It's all high end. There's like no bass to it at all. I think the cool selling point on it is the LEDs. I can turn on this camera here so you can see. Oh, this camera is still like all dark which is weird because it's never saved the preferences before, and all of a sudden now it's saving the preferences. So that's nice. All right, we're going to go white balance. We're going to go exposure, and voila, voila, voila. You like that? All right. White balance, yes. White balance, no. Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, looks good. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. And I will turn on the lights for you so you can see the lights, because I think if this thing has a cool selling point, it's definitely the LEDs. There we go. Is this a soundbar for Home Assistant? You could use it. You could use this soundbar for Home Assistant. But I want to tell you. I'll tell you about a soundbar that I like better at the end. That's my favorite thing of all. Maybe my second favorite thing. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to tell. Anyways, push the button down, turns the whole thing on, and then turns the lights on. And it does a few different, it can cycle through a few different things. It is RGB LEDs from what I can see. I have not taken it apart yet, but we totally should, shouldn't we? Of course we should. You just ordered some Permatrack? Awesome. Oh, I love your hair. Is that your hairdo? Is it green with a mohawk and something on the back? Is that Wario? That's awesome. I wish I could have a green mohawk. My patients would probably look at me a little funny. So anyways, every time you press this, it changes the colors, and you can turn them off if you don't like them. I like it. I like the one that just kind of flows through all the different colors. That's my fave. That's this one. Just kind of slowly in, slowly out, right? That. Okay. And then we should. I'm 99% sure that these are RGB LEDs, but let's see. We can get this. I don't think that it's like individual, like just analogs, or that there's like a different LED for each color. I'm pretty sure these are like WS2812s, which makes me think that we could hack this open and well, it's probably not running on wLED, but if the LEDs, if we can just get to the 3 pins for the LEDs, really, if we can just get to the data pin, we could probably connect this to a controller, a Wi-Fi controller, and do wLED. Right? I'm not going to break it right now, but I think should I do that? Should I disassemble this thing? Yeah, heck yeah, I should. What the heck, right? What else are we doing? Hack it for science. Hack it for science. The problem I see, the reason I hesitated was because look how many screws there are. There are so many screws. Oh my gosh, so many screws. Should I turn the power off? Nah. Yeah, I'll turn the power off. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna. Oh, come on, man! These are good screws in there. There it goes. Whoa. Come on, you. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably been a few weeks since I charged this screwdriver too. That doesn't help. Go big, go big. You guys are a bad influence. Arrgh. Show us the guts. Yeah, why not? Why not show you the guts? The sound quality was not great on this thing. So I think if you want something on your desk that has some cool little LEDs underneath it, then this is not a bad option. It has you connect it to your PC, but then it has a headphone jack as well. Thank you for subscribing, by the way, for following. Let's do this because we haven't done this in a while. Last time when I had Luma on, we didn't do hardly any celebrations because we were talking so much. Okay, here we go. Got all that out of there. Remember my video? Don't lose the screws. And be prepared to break it, right? If this was like my favorite smart speaker ever or whatever, if this was like my favorite desktop computer speaker, I wouldn't take it apart this easily. Well, I still would, but meeting over, made it in time. Oh, nice. Sir Goodnights here. Sweet. How you doing, man? Thanks for being here. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Sir Goodnights is gonna make it. So I'm disassembling this blitzwolf speaker here. So I'm all this, well, not all of it. Is it all? No, everything but one of all the things I'm going to show you are, but one of them are blitzwolf. And I've had good experience with blitzwolf. I'm curious if anybody has not had good experience with blitzwolf. So far, everything that I've gotten from them has been like I can't really complain. I mean, if things are just, this is a $30 computer speaker, right? So it's not going to sound as good as a $200 soundbar or whatever. But their stuff's been, it is what you think you're getting generally, which is nice. What you don't want is, oh, I spend a ton of money on this and it sucks, right? If it's cheap and it's just mediocre, then But I think they've made some pretty good stuff. I still am sitting in my blitzwolf chair that I like. Come on, you. Open, 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 open. I wonder if there's more screws that I'm missing. Oh, I bet there are. I think there are under here. No screws under there. Not there. Yeah, totally interested in the 15-inch for the HA kiosk. That I was debating what's my favorite of the four, and it's either that or the Xiaomi soundbar, because the Xiaomi soundbar is actually really pretty good. But the touchscreen, the 15-inch touchscreen, I am seriously digging. I am digging it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. So here is power, and here we have, oh, how many wires are there? Let's see. What? Oh, there's the LED strips. Knucklehead. Oh, good. There we go. That's easy. Easy peasy. Look at that right there. You see it? There's the LED strip. I thought I was looking in the diffuser for the LEDs because, it's my first time. It's still blurry. We got to fix that blurriness. We can't have blurry. What is this, Panda Boy? How you doing, by the way? This is a resolution 720. Oh, that's my camera. This is a blitzwolf desktop computer speaker with some LEDs in it. And we're taking it apart. Voice activated focus. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I could also just move this camera a little bit. Anyways, so that's pretty easy. Oh, but you know what I see over here? Look at this. They actually have... So this strip over here has a connection for the LEDs. And this strip over here has a connection for the LEDs. They're hot glued. Oh, they're not. Are they hot glued or are they epoxied in there? Dang. They're epoxied in there. So, oh no, maybe I can get that on. What I would be curious about is like if I connect this to like wLED, how are these in order, right? Because LEDs, it's going to matter which one's in order, right? So is there software controlling these from the middle? Maybe what it's doing is it's just controlling two different ones. I'm trying to remember when it does its little thing. Well, now we're going to plug it back in. Now we're going to turn it on. Ah, blinded by the light. Hold it for a minute. So let's look at this for a second and see what... Oh, there's even a strip in there I forgot about. Oh, those are pretty bright. Those are not bad LEDs. I mean, the white is actually pretty white. That's crazy. Those are pretty good. You know, a lot of times you can see each individual LED. They must have a little bit of diffusing on there already or something. Oh, I'm going to burn my retinas. Oh, golly. Okay. Anyway, well, this will be fun someday. Maybe I'll mess with this. So it's just these two tiny speakers. They sound okay. You know, they're a little tinny. They sound okay. They're not a lot of bass, but you know, for $35, whatever. But it does have a place you can hook up headphones and a microphone if you're doing that kind of thing. So, okay, what do you think? Not bad, eh? Kind of cool. Might be kind of neat for some kids. So bright, so bright. I think I burned my retinas. All right, so that's Banggood Goodie number 1. And if you're interested in it, there's a link. And there's a flash. They put it on flash sale just for me. By just for me, I mean just for you. So everything I'm going to show you tonight, they put a flash sale for us, I think, hopefully. How am I liking the blue? I love it. RPi meets your needs. Wonder if I should. You know what, Max? I'll just give my 2 cents. If it meets your need, fail if the sound's not good. Yeah, Matt, the sound's not great. It sounds not. I've had little cheap speakers like this before for desktop computers, things like that, and it's about on par with that. It's okay. You know, for $35, you're not going to get great sound probably. Anyways, as far as the Home Assistant Blue versus Raspberry Pi, if the Raspberry Pi is meeting your needs, I wouldn't change it. I would wait until it's not meeting your needs and then change it. Right? 2 side strips are separated and can be hacked easily. The middle 5 to 6 are on the same PCB as the micro, so probably don't hack so easily unless we replace the microcontroller. Oh, well, there you go, Sitting Duck. Thank you. Fun times, fun times. Okay, let's talk about next thing, number 2. And this thing, I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I was a bit surprised, honestly, that it was as good as it turned out to be. But I think we can do better. Like, so here's what it is. It's one of these like corner lamps, right? And it's LEDs and it stands in the corner and it just kind of lights up the room. And it's really actually pretty good. Again, it's like bright lights. They are full RGB LEDs. They're not as spaced out. So look like those ones that were in here are more like the spacing where you've got 30 per meter. You know, those aren't the same kind of strips, but it's about that spacing, maybe an inch apart or something. The ones on this pole here are a lot closer together. So let me see if I can bring this over here in a way that you can see it. What I'm going to have to do is show you the rest of the office here. And it will be upside down. So everybody just stand on your heads briefly, if you wouldn't mind. Come on, you turkey. I'm trying to select that thing. It'll give me such a hard time. There we go. Let's see if we can do this. Transform. We're going to rotate it 180. Rotate 180, everybody. Hold on. There it is. That wasn't so bad. Okay. So this is it. And I'll leave it up against the wall for you. Oh, let's turn off the rest of the lights in here. It's going to mess up my green screen a bit, and then we probably can turn down. Let's turn this. Let's go to properties, and then we're going to go in here and we're going to white balance again. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So it has this remote control, right? It has the remote control, and the remote control can, do whatever. Set it on the solid color, change it however you want. You can like scroll through the effects. It does do some effects. Doesn't do a ton, but it does do some. It's got a speed and a brightness kind of slider. The remote's actually pretty decent. What's interesting about the remote is it's actually an RF remote. It's an RF remote, so you could use it for other things. Like in Home Assistant, you could use it for other things, which might be kind of cool. So it's actually pretty bright. It's made out of some kind of metal. It's got a heavy stand, so it won't tip over. It's actually pretty good quality, I got to say. The cord goes into one of those little legs. Let's turn it off, and then we'll turn this back on. And then I want to pull it apart so we can look at the LEDs, right? Of course. So if you look at this, when you look close up to this thing, all it is one of those corner LED channels. Is what it looks like. It's just an aluminum LED channel. It's corner. That's a nice stick you got there. It's just one of these LED corner pieces with a diffuser on it. And I'll bet you could make one of these for, next to nothing. And I actually was thinking about that as I was getting ready to do this stream. I was like, ooh, that might be a fun video, is making, a DIY version of this thing that you could make for a fraction of the price, right? Oh, look at that. They're actually, these are WS2811s. These are WS2811s. Look at that. So here's your microcontroller. Oops, let me point to one you can see. So this little black piece is the microcontroller. And then you've got 3 LEDs and then another microcontroller and 3 LEDs and another microcontroller. So they are not individually addressable. They are tri-addressable. So one group of 3 LEDs can be one color. And it says 12 volts. So these are absolutely definitely WS2811s. Interesting. I did not expect that. Because it's so close together. I totally expected that it was that they were individually addressable. I thought these would be WS2812s for sure. Which means though you could probably, like, if you made one out of 2812s, it would probably be pretty good. Oh, you know what I might do? Oh, I finally got some of those. What are they? 6812s. Great idea for me and Zach to build. I love it. I love it. You're right, Nicholas. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a DIY version, and we're gonna use. I think I'm gonna use my 6812s. I got a string of 6812s, and because those have a white channel, I believe, don't they? That would be nice. That would be awesome. So, anyways, this is a cool idea. And I think for somebody who wants to just get it out of the box and use it, it's actually better than I expected. It is better than I expected. It's brighter than I expected, and I half expected that it would be all one color, that these would be analog LEDs. I mean, so many of these LED strips that you get in devices like this. It's like, oh, here's this RGB strip, and then you plug it in and turn it on, and it's all just one color. Oh, there's Dawson. Hi, Dawson. Bend down and say hi. Hello. I'm using this camera for this thing. I was going to say, this does have, you could very easily connect this to like a DiGuno or some other wLED controller, because it really is, a standard strip. The WS2011's standard strip. You could plug it in, and the connection is inside of one of these legs. You can find it pretty easy. And there are little controllers in there. You can just clip out that little controller and put something else in there. That would be pretty easy. And then you could use this stand. I do, however, think that it's kind of pricey. I don't see that it responds to sound, which I think something like this would be fantastic if it responded to sound. When we do our me and Zach and Dawson version, we'll have to use like the audio reactive version of wLED, don't you think? I think so. But I will say, I was impressed. I was happier with this than I thought I would be. I thought it would be single color at a time, and I was really impressed with the density of the LEDs. It's really bright. The stand and everything is actually pretty sturdy, pretty well built. I think if somebody, again, wanted a hands-off solution, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Frosted tube, I would just use, because I have these diffusers. This is just the corner aluminum channeling for a corner. I've got a bunch of this. I would just use that. And then we'll have to like make a stand for the bottom, a 3D printed thing. Or yeah, I mean, if you just use PVC, you could just use a 3-way 90 at the bottom, and there you go. You know, be another good option. So anyways, super cool. I like it. Now, would be neat if you could tie it to Hyperion and something too. Oh, you could. Oh, John. Oh my gosh, this video, that video we're talking about is just getting longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. How you doing, buddy? Good? Oh yeah? Yeah, Dawson's used up all his YouTube time twice today. Okay, let me tell you the next thing that we'll talk about, because we'll be a little bit briefer about it, that I really like, but unfortunately is not available in the United States currently. And that is this Xiaomi soundbar. So, yeah. Due to policy reasons, this product does not exist. I think that's because it's in the United States. If you try that link that's in the description there, it may get you there. Let me see if I can find another way. I may have the only one in the United States. So sorry, everyone. Nope, not there. Now, it's a Xiaomi soundbar, and it's too bad. I mean, maybe you Canadian guys, can you do it? 3D print the 90 that would hold the channel. That's what I like, James. That's what I'm thinking. 3D print it, make it nice, you know? Oh, the other thing I was going to say about those lights is I thought from the picture, like, look at that picture. It's a little deceptive, don't you think? Big surprise, right? A little bit of deceptive marketing, but it's a little deceptive. I thought that the lights would go down the sides as well. Like the legs. I thought the legs would have LEDs in them as well. And they don't. But mine will. Xiaomi Link works and they ship to New Zealand. There you go. Sitting Ducks got it. Fire up the VPN, right? So, well, the Xiaomi soundbar, which I cannot show you a picture of because I am in the wrong country. That's true for a lot of reasons. But anyways, it's actually a really good soundbar. It's listed here, at least with this, it looks like with the coupon, it would be $130, which isn't too bad. $130 is not too bad. For the quality of this speaker, actually. Let me see if I can play some DMR-free music, or at least copyright-free music. We'll go to Ben Sound. Ben Sound, he's a good dude. I like him. I like his stuff. Free music. You may recognize a song or two here. So I've been using this Xiaomi soundbar as the speakers for my computer for the last few days because I liked it that much. I listened to it and I was like, wow, that sounds really good. And then I kind of put it off to the side because I had a speaker already hooked up to my computer, and I just kept seeing it over there, and I'm thinking that I need to use that. I need to use it. So here we go. Okay, I'm stopping that. But it's super loud. It does have good bass, and it's got a lot of range. Like it has real tinny stuff is up there. I am a speakerophile in that I love speakers. I like just having more speakers, and I know when I hear a speaker and I go, "Ooh, I really like that." I'm not as good as Paul Hibbert with his, he's got his dude with his headset on, because he's an actual musician. So he's a super speakerophile, but this thing is nice. I was going to use it in the RV. That was my initial plan. I'm going to probably leave it connected to my computer. Stop sounding like Hibbert. I know, I'm trying not to, right? It's got some mids and some highs. I'm trying to go, it sounds like, twingy at the top and boom boomy at the bottom. That's what I know how to say.
Oh, the ZigBee. Oh, the ZigBee.
Oh, PM?
Oh, the ZigBee. Oh, the ZigBee. Oh, the ZigBee.
Oh, thank you very much, Quindor. That's very useful. Appreciate that. So Quindor screenshotted this for me. So yeah, man, $130. Dang, that's a good deal. I got to say, for $130, this is a good sounding speaker. I'm happy with it. It's got Bluetooth. You can connect it to several different kinds of input. It's got audio jack for just a 3.5 millimeter. It's also got RCA red and white jacks. It's also got the what do you call that? The fiber optic, right? Fiber optic one. Lists US shipping there. I'm hoping that they can work out whatever problem it is. I don't know what the problem is. But anyways. Yeah, shipping. Oh, it's in the US dollars, maybe is what it's saying. It says it ships to the Netherlands. But anyways, it's a good speaker. I'm glad I have it. If I'm the only one in the US that ever gets to own it, I feel sorry for anybody else. All right. Ooh. Hyperion versus, I'm just going to answer this for 2 seconds. Hyperion versus DIY ambilight. Well, I would say Hyperion is DIY ambilight, but I will also tell you that I have a video script written for luciferin because I got it working, and it's a good solution. So I won't spill all the beans. I think there's good reasons to use both, but yeah, they're both DIY ambilights, whether you use Hyperion or whether you use luciferin. So be watching for that. Bitmorden home, SSL enabled, can't find cert file. How do I get one? Oh gosh. Panda boy. I don't know. Do the tilde and we'll try and get to it at the end. Maybe some of these other guys can help you out. Okay. So let's talk about the last one now. And the last one is the favorite. Even though I really like this soundbar, you can tell how giddy I am about the soundbar. Let's talk about the next one. Do not plug your mic in for Reaper streaming. Oh, tilde Shem. Tilde and watch to the end. We'll do those things, okay? Tilde to ask a question, and I will read that question. And somebody asked that. Maybe it was you last time, Shem, that asked about how do you do the Reaper for streaming. And I will show you the video that I followed, and I'll show you my little setup for what it's worth. Okay? All right. Thank you, Justin. By the way, Justin Zs, why have I not done this yet? There you go. Thank you, sir. Okay. Which I wonder if your name is really Justin Z or if you just do that to like kind of be like a mini me, which is super cool. I need more mini me's. If you're Justin Z, then who am I? Okay, let's talk about the next thing on the list. The next thing on the list is a monitor. Oh, and this is my happy place here. This little monitor. Let me find the link so I can pull it up real easy like. And all these links are in the video description for anybody who's getting here late, and they should all be on some kind of a special, some kind of a sale. Okay. This is pricey, the one I got, but it's pretty awesome. So this is blitzwolf, and it is a 15-inch portable monitor. It comes with this pretty nice, sturdy kind of frame thing, that folds over. It's a stand. Plus, it's a protector. So this is something that you could, you throw in your bag if you go around with a laptop and you want a second monitor. This would work well for that. It looks really good. I mean, the resolution on it is really good enough. I guess it's 1080p, which on a small monitor, 15-inch monitor, that's a pretty good looking monitor. I haven't had any issues with the colors or anything like that. Everything looks really good. It actually takes HDMI input in and puts sound out, which is really good because I am using it right now with the Raspberry Pi 400. Let's see if I can get my camera to show you this thing. I don't think I can. My camera's going to stretch that far. This is going to be bad. There it is. So I've got the Raspberry Pi 400, and then here's the monitor. And the coolest thing to me is it's a touch screen, so you can't really see the mouse. Oh yeah, you can. You can see me kind of dragging the mouse around. How lame is this for trying to get it? But what I'm using it for is Home Assistant. Bum 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 bum. So if I turn that on, I can go in here and I can turn on my matrix. And I can select colors. And I gotta say, it is more responsive than my Amazon HD 10 tablet. It's definitely quicker to respond. and doesn't lag out when I'm trying to pull up these menus and stuff. So it's interesting. I did not think of this as a good option. A touch screen with a Raspberry Pi for like a kiosk, a Home Assistant kiosk. I thought, well, tablets are so cheap, and we've got the Home Assistant companion apps for Android or iOS or whatever. So why not just use that? And the reason for why not just use that, I mean, they're great, and that's what we have as our main one downstairs. But the reason to use something like this is it really does just respond better. I mean, it just is a no-brainer. And then you have the option still of a keyboard and a mouse if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. So somebody asked, what is this white keyboard? This white keyboard is the Raspberry Pi 400. So this is the Raspberry Pi 4 built into a keyboard. And one of the things I was started to say about this monitor is that you put HDMI input into it, and then it has audio out. So you can't connect a speaker directly to the Raspberry Pi Zero. You could with Bluetooth, but you can't with like a 3.5 millimeter jack, at least not the Raspberry Pi 400. Okay. So with the Raspberry Pi 400, you can't plug in a speaker, but you can with the monitor. So that's extra awesome. The monitor has two inputs for USB-C. One of them is for power. The other one is for the touch screen. So it plugs into, you have to go from there to a USB port on the computer that you're using in order to have the touch screen capability. All right. So you could use it without the touch screen, but that would be kind of silly. They do sell other models that don't have the touch screen, but again, for my purpose as a Home Assistant kiosk, this is awesome, right? And you got to have it. Raspberry Pi web browser in kiosk mode. It's a USB-C monitor on the Pi. Yes. No. Well, it's HDMI. So it's coming off the mini HDMI from the Pi. To like this Pi came with a mini to full size HDMI cable, and so that's how it's connected. Link takes you to a 404 error page. Oh no, Nicholas. No. Let's see. You tried. Did you try this one? Try this one. I think this is probably what you did try. I can also try and just grab it for you right here, but sometimes these links are so long it won't let me post them. You could also just go to Banggood and search for it. The link is bad, really? That's a bummer. Okay, well, how about that? The Bitly one that I just posted. Is that one good? That one worked. Okay, good. Dang, sorry. But search didn't work. Okay, cool. Thanks. Anyways, I love this little thing. I'm actually really happy with it, and I'm not going to put it anywhere else in the house. This is going to be my big fat Home Assistant kiosk that's right here on my desk. So I don't even have to go to, on my computer, which is, it's not enough that I've got two, like, I don't know how big these are, but two big monitors in front of me. I need one more dedicated just to Home Assistant. So now I'm going to have this 15-inch monitor. I've got the 8-inch Google Home Hub. I've got the Amazon Echo 5-inch. I've got this big fat whatever monitor it is, that big fat whatever monitor that is, a matrix over here and a matrix over there. Going to put another matrix over there. Got my dragon over here. I got LEDs coming out of my ears. About responsiveness, I gave up with my Pi in kiosk and touchscreen monitor as it was too laggy. Might have to try again, maybe drivers or something. Could be, what was it, a Pi 400? This is a Pi 400, and it's just Chromium browser. I'm not doing any other funky kind of browsers. It's a Pi 400. So same brain as a Raspberry Pi 4. And then this monitor, and it works pretty well. It might be, YouTube description link works in New Zealand. Is this like the Xiaomi link issue? Could be. Could be. What Home Assistant template am I using for tablet? So you mean like what am I using to make it look like it looks with this background and stuff? It's a theme. I don't remember which theme it is. It is the iOS dark mode, dark blue theme. iOS dark mode, dark blue theme. I would think that a 3B Plus would work pretty well, but maybe not. And I don't know enough about touchscreen monitors to know if that's an issue. This is USB-C to a USB 3 port on the Pi 400. That may be an issue. Maybe if it's a USB 1 or 2, maybe it's a little slower. I don't know. But I've definitely been very happy with how responsive it's been. It is so much more reliable than trying to do it on my 10-inch Amazon kiosk downstairs. I also I wonder about that that Amazon tablet. It hasn't been turned off, in like 3 years. So cheaper to buy a normal monitor. There may be cheaper options, I don't know, but I was actually quite impressed with the touch screen monitor. Somebody was saying that there is VIP center or something, that you can get some kind of a film that you put on a monitor that will let you turn it into a touch screen. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I wanted this Raspberry Pi 400 to sit here anyways, because I want to be able to just have a stock Raspberry Pi running the Raspberry Pi operating system, vanilla, over here to play with and tinker with. And so I have that, but then what I had it hooked up to a second HDMI port on my monitor here, so I never really used it. Now with this, I use it all the time. Sometimes I just think, I'm just gonna check my email on that instead of check it on the desktop to just see how fast it is. I'm gonna watch a YouTube video on there instead of on my computer. That makes a big difference, by the way. It does take quite a while to load. The Pi 400 does okay with those kinds of things, like watching video on YouTube, but it's certainly not as fast as a regular one. So, all right, tablet is a Walmart ONN brand, and it works perfectly with a Home Assistant app. There you go, Leland. There you go. Mine worked pretty well. That Amazon one worked pretty well for a while, but they're definitely cheap, and it could also be that there's a lot to my Home Assistant interface. This one here is actually my blue. This is my Home Assistant blue, so it's not as much stuff because I haven't finished my migration. So maybe that's part of why it's more responsive, because it doesn't have a lot of entities that it needs to look up, and the actual, what the browser is loading isn't very heavy. I don't know. I can't say. Anyway. So there we have it. I have fulfilled my obligation to the good fellas and gals at Banggood. I appreciate their support. I love this arrangement that I have with them right now. I think it's working really well for me. I do this kind of thing once a month since probably, certainly January, February. And I thought we did it earlier, like November, December even maybe. Oh yeah, I know we did it in December. So we've done it for at least 3 months, and it works pretty well. I kind of pick an off time, so it's not my normal stream time. And we'll start the stream and we'll spend 30 minutes or so talking about whatever that I've decided that to have them send me, and give you my breakdown on it. It's impossible to be unbiased. I like them. They're helping me. So I'm going to tell you the positive stuff. I hope I'm not being unfair on stuff that's not so good. Right. I think I haven't had anything just flat out fail. If I did, I would tell them, hey guys, this was horrible. I'm just not going to do it. So anyways, now do with that information what you will. So, bang! You can buy stick-on digitizers for non-touchscreen monitors to add touch. They are usually like screen protectors for cell phones, but more fragile. So hard to install. It's hard to install well, but can work fine. Awesome. I had not tried that, Sitting Duck. Have you tried that? I give it a thumbs up. Thanks, Quindor. Quindor does the same kind of thing, right? This is kind of same sort of thing you do with your unboxings, right? And another 30 minutes pulling apart the products to check for hackability. That's right, John. That's right. That's why I keep the screwdriver handy. I am not going to hack apart my Xiaomi speaker or my monitor. You know what? I bought this was years ago. I bought a monitor like this, same size, 15-inch, portable thing, 1080p. This was probably 4 years ago or more. I paid a ton. I paid like $300 for it. Okay, things have changed, right? Now it's 4 or 5 years ago, but this is so much better than the one that I had that I paid like $300 for on Amazon. Anyways. That's funny, Leland. You do got to be careful. Banggood doesn't do it to me so much, but AliExpress, man, I don't know what. I mean, I'm a pretty clean cut guy, but AliExpress thinks I'm interested in some questionable material from time to time, and it just shows up in the middle of, I'm searching for a touch screen. Oh, maybe that's why I said the word touch. Safe touch, not safe touch. All right. Okay, let's get on with some other stream information kind of stuff. Oh, here he is, and he's going to tell me that it's not working. Oh, both work. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Qmon. So this is another link. Charge my screwdriver. Yeah, I do need to charge my screwdriver, don't I? All right, so should we go to the questions? Pretty sure AliExpress puts all keyboards on all products. All keywords on all products. Ask your boys if they've been on your computer. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's look at what we got here. Thank you very much, G-Frey, by the way. G-Frey is he's not Woody. I don't know, G-Frey. I don't remember if I know your first name, buddy. But I appreciate that you're watching. I'm sorry there was some sort of mix-up. I don't know if you heard me explain it in the beginning, but is blitzwolf sponsoring the stream? No, Banggood pretty much is, because they send me all this stuff for free. So they send me a lot of stuff, and this is how I pay them back. So they've been good to me for years. Banggood was my first sort of sponsor, and they've been good to me for years. So, all right. Let's go to the Ask channel. So if somebody has put a question in there, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start answering some questions. Live questions. Boo-ba-da-boo. Is it working? Yes. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck all the wood that a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Next question. All right. Is question working? Still yes. Here we go. Okay. This is a Bitwarden question. Dang, I was hoping somebody else would fix this before I got to it. I'm so horrible. But I got to tell you, I'm feeling much better about my day already. Thanks everybody for being here, because having a bad day. What I needed was some I wouldn't even say feigned enthusiasm, but you know what? Like fake it till you make it, right? Like that's one of the nice things about doing this for me is if I'm having a hard day, I know when I get on here and start streaming and talking to you guys, I gotta be energetic, and it just kind of comes out, it just happens, and it makes me feel better. You know, fake it till you make it kind of thing. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. So I have some reason to get excited when the rest of the world seems to be crumbling around me sometimes. All right. So Bitwarden RS on Home Assistant. Oh, I have SSL enabled and it says it can't find a cert file. How do I get one? Okay. An external URL setup that works with HTTP, but not HTTPS. Jeez. Reese, where's Reese? My streams stress me out. Keep doing them, Sir Goodnuffs. Keep doing them. I was stressed out. If you could go back, it would be fun sometime to go back and watch like my first couple streams, because I was stressed out. The whole thing with the swirling. The whole thing with the squirreling came about because I was so like, oh, I want to answer every question. I want to answer every question. I want to answer every question, you know, so I can't let anybody's questions go by. I gotta pay attention. And it was exhausting. I would stream for like an hour and I was just spent. So yeah, just keep it up. You'll get the hang of it. It'll get easier. It will get easier. Reverse proxy that Bitwarden RS instance. There you go. Max might be able to help you. Max, can you lend a hand? I don't know. Tony, how you doing, man? Oh, good to see you. How's the Odroid Blue? I love it. It's great. It's right here. That's what was on this touch screen that we were playing with over here. This isn't my Odroid. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. This is the Home Assistant instance that you see here is running on my Odroid. So yeah, it's great. It's working well. I love it. It's on display. I've got it like right here, right above my webcam, because I like looking at it. It's so pretty. Squirrels equals ADHD. Amen. Yeah, it does. Let's encrypt. All right. Well, you know what? Panda Boy, I am so not an expert in those things. So I will refer you to some of these guys. Looks like maybe Max and John and FM. Maybe they got some help for you. So, Tony, how's it going? You still doing, what have you been working on lately? You're always doing weird stuff. It's been a while since we've chatted much, so I'm glad that you came and said hi, so appreciate it. Is it early morning for you? You just getting up or something? Because you're on the other side of the world, right? I was looking at those ESP32 devices that you sent me, and I still wish I had got working when you first sent them, and we never kind of went back to them. But anyways, glad to hear you. Glad you're here. Glad you're doing well. All right, let's. I'm gonna check off that question. Let's go to the next one. Okay, next question. Where can I find a tutorial or documentation on how to plug your mic into Reaper for streaming? Okay, thank you for that. Let me find you the link for that. I used to keep it handy, but it also may be just as easy to find the video that I used. Let's just try that. Maybe just as easy. I'm just going to start playing my video out loud. Oh. Okay. Let's see. It's Yeti or Blue Yeti. Probably doesn't really matter, but Blue Yeti Reaper settings. Let's try that. And which guy is it? This guy. So this is the one that I used. And this guy, I don't think he hasn't done much YouTube, but he does have this one very popular video. And now it looks like there are a ton of others, but this is the one that I used. Okay. Now let's click on it so we can get it going. Mm-hmm. This is the one that I used to set this up several years ago. And I have really not changed much since, other than tweaking a little bit. Okay. He does a pretty good job of telling you what to do. But basically what you do is, first thing you do is you set up a virtual video cable or virtual audio cable. All right. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have the output you're going to have Reaper. I guess let's back this up. You're going to have the microphone, the input from the microphone go into this virtual audio wire or virtual audio connection software. And then it goes from there into Reaper. And then in Reaper, you modify it. You can take out the sound, the ambient sounds. It's a really cool process, actually, for taking out the ambient sounds. See if I can see where he does it. See here? Yeah. So this, you just sit there quietly, you turn everything on in your room that's normally going to be on, right? So for me, it was like ceiling fan. That's a big deal. I constantly have ceiling fan on. And if I didn't have this running, you'd probably hear that blowing on the microphone sometimes, and that would suck. So I turn on the ceiling fan, turn on whatever's normally going to be on this. If you've got a computer that makes a lot of noise with the fan or anything like that, get all that stuff running. And then you set this thing to listen, and it draws this little line. And then anything that's under that line on the sound wave spectrum, you won't hear it. But when you talk, it's different frequencies and whatever, and so you'll hear it. So that's really useful. And then you go in and you kind of modulate your voice, and you if you're like a real squeaky voice, you can change it, make it deeper, and make yourself sound better. So he's got some settings there, and I've played with this a little bit because I felt like mine was too deep for a while. So I've toned it down a little bit. But you just kind of tweak that and listen to yourself until you're happy with what it sounds like. And then when you go into the last thing that you're going to do, I don't know if he talks about it here or not, but the last thing that you're going to do when you're done with this is this is going to give you an audio output, a virtual output, so that when you select it as part of your in OBS, in Streamlabs, or whatever you're streaming from, when you don't select like Blue Yeti microphone, you select virtual cable A. And then so it doesn't just take the microphone raw data, it takes the filtered information from Reaper, and that's what it puts into OBS. So that's what it pulls into OBS, and that's why you hear it on the stream. All right, that was a long explanation, but I know you asked about that before, and I kind of didn't get to answer it at all, and I've had other people ask it in the past, so hopefully that was useful. What Chrome extension do I use for my YouTube stats? I know this, I'm jumping ahead by answering that question, but I wasn't able to answer your other question, Panda Boy, so I feel bad for you. Here you go. This is actually not a Chrome extension. This is actually a service that I paid for called vidIQ. See that little IQ thing there? So this was, I went to a YouTube conference a couple summers ago, and I felt like, oh, I really want to get serious. Serious, YouTube serious, yeah. And so these guys were like, we can give you the tools. We can help you with the tools. And I learned some things, and I did help some. And it is nice to have some of these, but none of this stuff is not available someplace else. Like, you can get this information other places. They just put it here, and it's not cheap. I don't remember what it costs. I've canceled it so it won't renew again this summer because I just haven't been really taking advantage of a lot of it. But yeah, there's a couple services like this. So vidIQ is this one. The other one is TubeBuddy, and they're sort of competing. You know, they'll try and help you with like what your thumbnails should look like, or what your, you know, how whatever, what your keywords should be, and some of those things. And I don't actually do those. I should do a better job of that. But to be honest, I got a hard enough time just getting a video done. So anyways, there you go. All right, Tony's doing well. Haven't updated Home Assistant for a while, looking at the blue for a standalone system. I use Node Red for my local automations. I have 56 active Shelly devices. Wow. Well, the blue is awesome. So what are you using for Home Assistant right now? You're not on a Pi. You're probably on a virtual machine of some kind, right? NVIDIA Studio? You should. I should do those things. You're right, I should do those things. I would just think of how much better things would be if I did those things. You are so right. Any idea if Dig Quads will be in stock in your store soon? Adam, the next batch of Dig Quads that I have in my store will be the new version of the Dig Quads. So the function will be, if anything, just better. And they will be a bit smaller profile. Basically, if you haven't followed kind of what Quindor has been saying, see ya, Quindor. Have a good night, buddy. Talk to you soon. The Dig Uno and the Dig Quad were designed to be built by hand for the most part, right? By advanced chimpanzees like ourselves. Or maybe not advanced. And that's great. And we've done this sort of mass production thing for the past year with the same design without changing any of it. And it's worked well, but there are some improvements that you could make if you design it to be built by a machine instead of built by a person. So the DIY design will still exist. And I would expect that from time to time, Quindor will make some adjustments and things to it and make it better when it's prudent. But what he's done is he's made some changes to it so that it would be more easily manufactured. So he can add some functionality, so we can shrink the size, that kind of stuff. Can I do a pre-order for those, please? Maybe when we know when exactly it's going to come in. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. So we can certainly talk about it, Bling. And yeah, DIY version isn't going anywhere. That's right. We have DIY roots. We like to say we got DIY in our roots. So there will always be a DIY option. Rob's here. How's it going, Rob? I updated my brother-in-law's Home Assistant the other day. Went from HasOS 1.2 to 5, whatever. Oh my gosh. Add-ons just stopped starting on boot up. It was so old. Oh my goodness sakes. Oh my goodness. Is this weeks or months timeline? Quindor, you want to comment on that before you go to bed? I know we talked about March. What we were hoping for is March. So it's coming up to March. So I would like to say weeks, but that may mean 6 to 8 weeks. Well, you know, I don't, that's a good question, Rob. Are you using those big capacitors still, Quindor? On the new version, I can't remember. Mostly months, hopefully end of March or soon after. So there you go. Thank you, Quindor, for answering that. What's the working temperature? Oh, so it gets really cold. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good question. Quindor wants to go to bed. I don't know what the working temperature is. I've kept them outside here in Utah, where it does get fairly cold. Where did you say you were? Minnesota. It doesn't get quite that cold, but it gets pretty cold. And they've done okay. Match day. Oh my gosh. M. Joan. Oh man, do I remember match day. Somewhere around here I've got a picture of myself on match day. Isn't that funny? ATEF, you just bought one 5 hours ago. Oh, did you from Quindor? Pick one up from the international store in the meantime. Then it's not going to be. Yeah, I mean, Quindor's the man that knows when those things are going to be available in a bit. Electrical components other than batteries don't mind the cold. There you go. Thank you, Rob. How you doing, by the way? Still rocking it? Getting ready for your career transition? ESP32s are good to minus 40 C. Hot dog, that's cold. Only issue is that humidity can get in and then freeze. Never tested a component. Like, there you go. Okay. All right. So I think we answered that question. When will those be in stock? Okay, next question. Match day coming up. Do you remember the match day? I do remember the match day. For those of you who don't know what match day is, since actually I've answered all the questions, so that's great. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Goodenough, as always, for being my right-hand man on that. Doing well. 3 months more of teaching. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, dude. I think about it all the time and just really gone now. Okay, bye. Really go. Don't ask Quindor any more questions, guys. He's really leaving. We're going to have some more Dr. All right. Well, my D&D group looks like we're canceling for tonight. Anyways, all right. The ESP32 won't survive another Texas winter. Very funny. Very funny. Pro water skier. Are you really? That's awesome. Are you in Texas? Don't ask Quinn or anything. No, Sir Goodenough. No, he's going to bed. What about power injection? When can we get a Did You Know? All right. Where were we? We were, is it possible to show my salt level in wLED? You know what, Jaga? Yes. Bling, bling, bling. Thank you very much for following Brad Angel. Bling. $32 they have no power. Let me tell you how I would go about this, Jaga. Jaga is saying, how do I show my salt level in my water softener, right? Here's what you can do. This is my desk. Which one is it? Is it 7.7? Yeah, desk. Okay. There is a effect here called, what's it called, guys? Like percentage or something? Percent. Okay. And then this percent follows the intensity, right? So if you go way down low, and it's on a scale of whatever, 200. Looks like it's 100. Yeah, it looks like it's on a scale of 0 to 100. I can't tell because I've got segments, so mine's a little bit screwy. But basically what you would do, or what I would do on that is you'd have to template it a little bit so that it's a percentage, or you might be able to, feed some values so that when it's a certain number, that's this on the scale. I can't remember what that's called. There's a way to do that, and we've done it before, like with voltage, where you basically set this number to 0% and that number to 100%, and then as this thing fluctuates, the percent will fluctuate. I can't remember how you do that. There's probably a way to do that with a template in Home Assistant. I can't remember. Actually, you know what I did? I did that on my bug. I did that on my electric bug. Peak. Goliath, Superstar. Peak. At what? You want to peek at my lights that are what they're doing? I can't really show you very well. But anyways, I think you could do that. And I've actually thought about that. It would be neat to have that kind of a meter with a wLED. It would take some templating in Home Assistant, but you could do it. That's how I would do it. Mapping. Thank you, Rob. Why is mapping such a hard word for me? Oh, thank you very much. And I'm sure Rob can do it in Arduino. Can't you, Rob? And I would expect there's a way you could do it. No way, Dan! Are you kidding me? Dan Stratton? Tevia? What? Really just getting started. Converted my SmartThings devices. Now where to go next? Node Red, Broadlink. What do you recommend I dive into next? Oh my gosh. Okay, so everybody who's watching, Dan Stratton, who just made that comment, he was Tevia in our community theater production of Fiddler on the Roof. And the guy who was playing Laser Wolf had a motorcycle crash. And I think we were going to do 7 shows. We'd done 3 of them. And Mike, who was Laser Wolf, got in a crash. And the director called me, and I was like building sets and stuff, right? And I was like some dude in the background, just so they had some more men. And she called me and said, hey, can you be Laser Wolf? Like tomorrow night. I'm like, ah. And so in the next 3 days, we did 4 shows, right, Mike? Or something like that. We did like Friday, 2 shows on Saturday and Monday, I think. So we did 4 shows. And so that's great, man. I didn't know you were a smart homophile. That's fantastic. Man, we can talk a lot. I actually have a video finished that I will put out very soon. I could do it tomorrow. I just need to make the thumbnail, really. That is my top 10, and it ended up really being 11, but it doesn't sound as good. My top 11 priorities for getting started with Home Assistant. And it really came about because I was switching from my old setup to this new setup. I even danced. We even sang a song, we had To Life, L'Chaim. Dude, I'm so happy to see you. That makes me happy. Need to meet at Hearts and get a Dr. Pepper. You betcha, buddy. You betcha. That's awesome. Oh, man. We got a lot of catching up to do. That's fun. Thanks for saying hi, dude. Appreciate that. I forgot what I was talking about now. I got so excited that Dan's here. I got so excited for Tevia. Dan was a fantastic Tevia, by the way. Oh my gosh. That was such a fun show. That was really a lot of fun. Did he propose to Mrs. Z in front of you? I hear things? No. Ask word of the night. Smart homophile. Really having a hard time with DuckDNS. Can only access with external URL, not internal. Okay, there's a way to fix that, guys. I know what it is. I can't. Come on, help me. What is it you have to do? Because once you set that up, you have to change something. I can't remember what it is. Moved all your Zigbee and Z-Wave devices over. 45. Holy cow. I bet you have a better setup than I do, Dan. I bet you do. You need to change your handle to Tevia, by the way. That's right. I tried to marry his teenage daughter. That's right. And you tried to sell me a cow. Oh, man. Thanks for the memories, dude. That's awesome. That's so fun. Oh, man. Edit host file in Windows or local routing table in the router. I thought there was something that you could do. I thought there was something you could do in the add-on or with Home Assistant. Because what happens once you set that up, you set it up and you make it so that you can get the Home Assistant using DuckDNS and Let's Encrypt from outside. But then if you put in, 192.168.1. blah, blah, you can't do it in your local network. You got to go through the DuckDNS URL, but there's a way to do it. Has to do with loopback or something like that. Man, there is a setting like that. Need the beard back. You know what's funny? Oh, well, it's a different beard, but yeah. Yeah, we do need to get together. That's awesome. Are you on Discord, Dan? Join Discord because all these crazy smart homophiles are also in Discord. And bling bling, man, I got that volume really high. He is on Discord. Okay, great. I don't know how. I mean, I've seen you on Facebook, but I just hadn't. So yeah, just hit me up on Discord sometime, and we'll go to Hearts and get a Dr. Pepper. That's awesome. Good times. Something happened recently with Home Assistant so that one gets unable to load the panel source entrypoint.js when trying to access file editor configurator, etc. Oh, really? Dang, Paul, I'm sorry. Piehole, maybe? Could be. Joined a couple weeks ago. Okay, fantastic. Well, welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome aboard. This is awesome. This is fun. I wish I could say this was my full-time job now, but it's not quite. Okay, I got another question in the question box here. What are my thoughts on PWM versus dimmable straight DC drivers for LEDs in a studio? I'm debating if the extra cost to set up Meanwell CV drivers with the PWM dimmer pin is worth it. Wow, Adam, that is, I don't have a good answer. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could say that I am an LEDophile enough to say. When you say in a studio, what kind of studio are you talking about? Are you talking about like you're like production making videos in a studio, or is this, you know, you're taking some pictures? What are you doing? Oh, Sir Good Enough. Sir Good Enough. Only through external URL. Oh man. Try pixel heads, maybe. I know video and photo. I know Quindor is a real LEDophile. That's the word of the night. Quindor is a real LEDophile, so he may be able to tell you. And I don't know if Rob, maybe you know, difference between a straight DC driver and PWM. I would have a hard time thinking that you would notice a difference. That's my guess. I don't know that you would see a difference. I think what would be more noticeable is like if you're trying to do colors, if you have a dedicated white channel or even two dedicated white channels, a warm and a cold, in addition to your RGB. So that's not really answering your question as far as, you know, DC drivers is PWM, but I think flicker. Oh, you know what? That's a good question, Steve. So the frequency, right? You may see flicker with PWM that you wouldn't see with the DC drivers. Is that what you're thinking? Had a flicker issue with lower frequency PWM. Yeah. The newer ones are a lot faster. And I guess you can vary that maybe and turn it up. I don't know. Doing CCT tuning lights. Wow. That's high-end stuff. No, that's a great question. I wish I had a good answer for you. I would love to know what you learn though when you do get the answer. I'm sorry, I don't have it for you. PWM sucks for video. It needs to be synced with your frame rate or you'll see scanning. There you go. See? Rob. He's the man. He's a man. All right. Gosh, I know, Paul, there's a thing. Because that happened to me too when I set it up and I can't remember what it was. And I felt like it was a simple thing. I felt like it was something that I changed in the configuration of, I don't know if it was Home Assistant or if it was DuckDNS, but I feel like I just changed some line in the configuration or just something from true to false. I just don't remember what it was. And that loopback thing, that's ringing a bell. The loopback thing is ringing a bell. So there you go. All right. Word of the night, smart homophile. It's better than a smart homophobe. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What else we talk about? We can talk for about 10 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see. And by the way, for these questions that don't get finished here, go to Discord and connect and keep the party going. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yes, Red Angel, not Angle, Angel. Red Angel, yeah. So, sad story. Will, who is Tollbringer, who is X-Geeks, who has been the Canadian distributor for those devices, he had a bad health issue. I know, and anyways, that's all, but so he's been out of commission, like seriously out of commission. And I don't know, I'm sure at some point he'll get back. But what I want you to do is, get a message to me, hit me up in Discord, and, we'll try and make it right for you. I don't know how exactly we're going to be able to manage all this because I don't know how many orders he had. We can't get into his account. He can't get in. Well, he will be able to probably eventually, but currently he's working on just getting him better. But his brother has been helping him some, and that's who we found out through. Was his brother called me and said, "Hey, Will's had this problem." So, So anyways, get a hold of me in Discord and we'll try and help you out. Okay. Yeah, same thing happened to you, Francis. I know. I would expect if he sold you them that he's got them, and what we got to try and do is just maybe get his brother to get them to you. I can't do much because I don't have any more. They're selling out in the international store too. But we want to try and make everybody make it okay, because it's a long time we don't know when he's going to be able to, when that's going to be a priority for him again. Hopefully soon, but we don't know. And it's life happens, I guess. Tomorrow's not promised, right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. But we want to help. We want to make sure everybody gets taken care of. So talk to me in Discord. Enough of that. Let's see. Nat Loopback. Homie says, Nat Loopback. Nat Loopback. Nat Loopback. Loopback. Loop. All right. So what else are we going to talk about for the next couple of minutes? You guys want to talk about Hobbit stuff? You want to talk about Hobbit hole stuff? Okay. I'm going to I'll tell you what's going on with Hobbit hole stuff. So we got Mrs. Z's said, this Hobbit thing that we're doing, this Hobbit hole that we're building, it's a pretty cool thing. And I think other people would be interested in it. So she went out to wherever, Facebook or whatever, and looked for TV shows that were casting that looked like they would fit with what we're doing. And we got a phone call from Building Off the Grid, which is on the DIY network. And the short story is we're waiting for their final decision. But we met with the casting director. He interviewed us. I wrote like 5 pages worth of basically a script for what I think would happen when we try and build this thing, give them lots of ideas for how they build the drama and all that kind of stuff. So we don't know yet. If anybody wants to go to Living Off the Grid and say, hey, you should really, put the Aidens on your show, that wouldn't be bad. But anyways, it's possible. But what this has done, so that's one thing. And yeah, that'd be great. We get to be on TV. That'd be fun. Even if they don't do it, we're still going to do it like I would normally do video and make videos about it, like the bug and like the other stuff. But what this has really done is given us a deadline, because they said, well, if we choose you to do the show, you have to be done by June 1st. And we haven't even broke ground. We're still waiting on, some permit stuff to get sorted out. But since they said June 1st, all of a sudden we're like, oh boy, am I allowed to talk about it? They didn't tell me not to. Anyways, we're all friends here, right? We're all friends. You guys can keep a secret. You've had my passwords for years. You kept them all secret, right? Yeah, we trust each other. Anyways, but yeah, so it's kind of lit a fire under us. So now we're like into it big time. We're like picking windows and picking cabinets and talking about everything, just getting it done. The friend NDA, yeah, the friend DA. So we and it's been really good, because now we're like actually going to get it going. We're actually going to get it going if we can get the dang permit thing finished up. But it's it's hot and heavy. And this is, again, like I was saying, one of my headaches today was about this, trying to explain. It's really hard. It's like we have a great contractor, the guy that's working with us. Like, I called him out of the blue, never even talked to him before. And I said, hey, and I only knew him through a friend of a friend kind of thing. And I said, hey, we want to build this crazy dome, and I need a contractor today. This was months ago, but I said, I need a contractor like right now so that I can get these guys working on making the dome. And I was like, this is what we want to do. We want to build a Hobbit hole. It's going to be this dome. It's going to be this thing. And I said, I don't know how much I'll want you to do. I certainly will want some help, but I definitely need a contractor with a license and insurance and all that stuff. Will you do it for me? He's like, yeah, we can do that. And he's just been cool as heck ever since. But a lot of other people when you talk to people and you're trying to tell them, okay, we're buying windows, we're buying doors, we're doing this thing, and you try and tell them what you're building, they're just like, you got to tell them like 5 times, and they don't get it. I only have this much space for the window. You can't give me a window that's this big. I have this much space, and I can't make my space any bigger. It's fiberglass. I can't just, anyways, it's fun. Yes, squeeze the suppliers for free stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I did a search for something about secrets.yaml. Is that what, did mine come up? If you Google secrets.yaml, has it got a picture of me? Oh my gosh. It doesn't seem like the kind of place that permits matter. Yeah, they do a little bit. They do a little bit. The hang up is snow load. The hang up is snow load. And you guys have seen this. Maybe some of you haven't, so I'll show you again. So this is what we're building. We're building one of these. And this is one that is actually built in Tennessee. So we're building one of these, and this is how it kind of goes together. This one's in Colorado, so the other side of our mountains. So a couple 100 miles on the other side of these mountains is where we are in this picture. But this is how it goes together, and it's, and then on the inside you got these nice curved walls. We're not going to have nearly as much glass. We're not going to be modern. We're going to be Hobbity. We're going to do the Hobbit life. But yeah, so these don't actually, it turns out, often get built in places with a heavy snow load, or at least the people who are doing the engineering are having a hard time getting me the plans that say this is approved for, whatever snow load my area says. That's it. That's all I need. Hey, Worm, I just need that. If they said, this structure will withstand this snow load, then we'd be ready to start digging. So, time lapse of the Hobbit hole. I want to, Nicholas. I actually have. This is a 4G Reolink camera that next time we go up to the property, we're going to take up there and set up and have it do time lapse. But it's also pan tilt and all that stuff, and it's rechargeable batteries. Got a solar panel and the whole thing, so we should be able to even see live video from time to time up there and stuff. So this is going to be our Hobbit hole construction camera. Brought to you by Reolink. Looks like they're backfilling dirt. Yep. What's the difference between a dirt load and a snow load? No kidding, right? I don't know. I think it's just the inspector guy. He wanted it written on the plans. I cannot imagine. Yes. Michigan won. Michigan beat Iowa. Beat the crap out of them, actually. 22 points. Underfloor heat, the roof, no snow load, and free water. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Use the same camera for construction zones. Works great as long as you have a cell signal. And we do. Up there on the mountain, we do have a cell signal, so that's what we're counting on there. Hi, baby. How are you? Are we about ready to sign off? Are you about ready for bedtime? You stinker, steal my drink. More product placement. We need more power. I think what happened, so we did get I did buy a trail camera,
Why is the screen?
Oh, because I was looking at something else.
What happened to your thingy?
Oh, it's right here. I'll make it anyway. Look, you inspired me. Oh, it's green. You can't see it. Rob, this is my teleprompter. You can't see it because it's green, but it's my teleprompter. Why am I not putting it on? Because I don't need it right now. It's only for if I need to read a script while I'm on. Perfect usage for Starlink.
Mom wants us to go to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to go to bed at 10.
I'm sorry. You're not going to bed at 10?
Is it?
No, you are not. You are not. You're going to bed in about 5 minutes.
I'm so busy tomorrow.
You're so busy tomorrow?
Friday's my busiest day.
Oh.
Yes, she has school, about 2 spelling tests.
Oh no.
School straight to gymnastics. Straight to basketball, and then she has to go to bed.
Oh my goodness sakes. I'm so sorry.
So she doesn't get
All
any
right.
YouTube.
So she doesn't get any YouTube? That's going to be better. It's going to be better. All right, you girls. Let's sign off. You ready? I'm ready. Guys, thanks for being here. Shh, don't be so loud. I love you. Thanks for being here. I know this is an odd time, and this is, I hope I like doing these streams. We'll still do them like once a month or so. And then we'll Still have our normal streams. Yay! Kadal Gaming is now following. Thank you very much. Why you burp so much? We'll do this. 2 dig quads on order. Okay, good. All right. What should we do for sign off tonight? How about we sign off like very obedient children who are about to go to bed?
No.
I think that sounds like a great idea. What do you think, Holly?
No.
This is a good time for you, Rob. This is the time I'll do these from time to time at this time or this ish time. I was supposed to be done. I was supposed to be off work a lot earlier than I was tonight. Got my dig quad last week. Yes, Nicholas. That's awesome. Unicorn sign off. Yeah, let's do unicorn sign off. Ready? We're going to sign off like unicorns. Okay, ready? Here we go. Unicorn sign off. Dawson's here too. Ready? Unicorn sign off. Here we go. Grace has a droopy unicorn. Grace is like, I don't want to go to bed, unicorn. Okay. Ready? So we got to be cheery and bright and we got to poop ice cream like a unicorn. Ready? As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Adios. Okay. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you. Oh, L'chaim. To life. See you later, Dan. Bye.
They actually poop candy.
Oh, they poop candy corn. Oh, that sounds yummy. All right. See you, Sir Good enough. Thanks, everybody. See you, Sai. Good to see you. We'll see everybody on Sunday.